start of this year, I was deeply unhappy. I worked for a company, even though I wanted to have a business. I lived in a city that drained me. I felt depressed, and most days I hated my life. Not in a dramatic way, but in the quiet, exhausting way where you feel stuck and disconnected with yourself. But that was the moment when I stopped lying to myself. Because over the next months, I completely 180 degrees changed my life. I rebuilt my routines, my discipline, and my self-respect. I let go of habits, people, and environments that kept me small. And eventually, I realized something painful. I couldn't become the man I wanted to be where I was at that moment. So I left the Netherlands and I started all over again in another country. Not because it was easy, but because staying there was no longer an option. This video is my personal reflection, how it looks like when you take responsibility and choose a harder but more authentic path. If you're unhappy with your life and you feel that something has to change, this story is for you. To give you a clear date, 31 of May 2025. I just want to give up, man. I'm so done sometimes with my fucking life. I'm so done with the situation I'm sometimes in. I'm so done that I keep myself small, that I have a feeling that there's no fucking improvement in the last year. I'm so done that I act like a fucking loser all the time. I'm fucking done with it. 2 months ago, I made the choice together with my last company that I'm going to quit in good terms. I wasn't happy there. I wasn't happy working for a boss. Day in, day out, working for a nice company, but it's not somebody I want to be. Life is so fucking stressful sometimes. I have to do it all myself. I have money for 2 months and then I'm fucked. A couple days ago I had like fucking 16 euros on my bill. I'm fucking 27. No money at all. And it's stressing me so much out that I have the feeling that I could be somewhere else. I'm not in the most easiest part of my life. No, I should take care more of myself. Still do the things I have to do. And just have faith. Faith that everything I want to achieve is possible.
I set 3 goals. Build my freelance business to 50k in revenue, stop living by other people's expectations, and leave the Netherlands to start over in. If I was going to chase my dreams, I had to start somewhere. And the first real step was simple, landing my first freelance client.
It's the 5th of June. The good news is I got my first gig. 2 days ago I had a conversation with the company and they really want to work with me for especially the social media freelance stuff. It's such a relief that I don't really have to think about money issues anymore. I'm going to work for them for 2 days in a week for 16 hours. 1 day remotely, 1 day on office, and I'm going to earn more now in 2 days, which I did in 5 before. And it all started with belief in myself and that I could do the things I intended I could do. And suddenly if you're taking a lot of action, which I did, everyday outreaching, still sometimes doubting yourself and still doing it, things will get better. And that's also what I experienced. So I'm going to earn this with that for 2 days. And this is the first part of the 50k I'm going to earn.
I spent half a year in a comfortable setup. The money was good, but they wanted to decide how and where I worked. Deep down I wanted freedom, but I kept lowering my boundaries, and that was the cost. The result was that I felt myself slipping into depressive thoughts, loneliness, or trauma resurfacing. Growing up with an alcoholic father, foster care, emotional wounds I never fully dealt with. That's when I knew I couldn't do this alone anymore. So I started therapy.
First, I'm feeling fucking shit, anxious, scared. But I think I have to do this because this is also part of speaking my thoughts out, and reflect on the situation where I'm in. Today it's 31 of October, and I had always like a big dream, and that big dream is already on my mind for the last 3 years. 3 years ago, I also told my grandma, my mother, everybody around me, well, I'm going to move out. I don't like the place where I'm at. I also told them about my dream and that I'm going to do it that year. And that dream was to go to I was always saying, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but I never really did it. The reason why I'm feeling shit, anxious, scared right now is that from 11th of December, I'm going to live in the biggest problem currently, which I have to find gigs. First, it was not really a problem because the job I was currently working for, they told me that it's nice that I have this dream of going to. They don't see them inside this dream of me working remotely. But for me, that means in the last 6 weeks before I'm going, I have to find 1 or 2 gigs. I'm going to move out this apartment. I have to leave everything behind. But then I don't have a plan.
For 6 months of freelancing, I suddenly had no clients left. Well, a brutal reality check. But this time, I had an end goal. And it had to work for me. So I went back to the base. Finding clients, gym in between, and back to the base again the next week.
Today it's the 7th of November, so 1 month before I'm going to. I got 2 gigs, not only one, fully remote, and that means a lot for me because it took me like 3 or 4 months to find remote jobs for myself, especially as a freelancer. It's tough because when you're working on location it's much easier, but I did it, man. I had today my first work day, and besides that, I'm also making YouTube videos for other people as well. The most important thing is that even though all the doubt, the uncomfort in the situation, I still pursued this dream of me to go and that feels fucking awesome, man. I'm so proud of myself that I did this. And maybe for you, it doesn't seem like something big. It's just, you know, like get out of your apartment, get a job and go to another country. But especially mentally, it was very difficult sometimes, you know. But I don't want to live a safe life. I don't want to live a safe life where I'm working for a boss, where I know I can do more, but I don't dare to do it. I cannot accept that. So future Ronald, I think I probably will see you back in the end of 2025. Hopefully you look better than now. Because you're looking pretty shit now. You're looking fucking tired with all the bullshit you're currently doing. But I love you, man. From the depth of my heart, I fucking love you, man. And there are a lot of people who have faith in you. You only have to attract them. I've burned my ships behind me. And the only way to win is moving forward. So I'm currently walking up the Montjuïc, and the Montjuïc is like a mountain place, very close to the side of the city as well. I don't know if you can see me correctly as well. And this is a very nice place where you just can go for a walk, where you can just have fun, where you can chill, everything like that.
For the first 2 weeks, I stayed at a friend's place from the Netherlands. Then I actually took a break, something I hadn't allowed myself to do in a long time. I spent Christmas and New Year's Eve with people I didn't even know yet. Met a lot of like-minded people, and for the first time in a long while, I felt alive again. There were no depressive thoughts, no heaviness, no sadness. I was fully present. I was enjoying life, walking through the city, seeing new places, just being in the moment. Not long after that, I found my own place. I now live with 3 Spanish roommates, 5 minutes away from Sagrada Familia. I work from coffee spots around the city, meeting friends a lot, and right now I'm making 5 to 6 clients happy while building the life I used to only imagine. So currently I'm now since already 4 weeks in Barcelona. I'm walking in the streets here, but I want to share like a small story
about why I made this choice to live now in Barcelona. I went to Barcelona because I was like doing research about this. Where are the people the most happy, satisfied and everything like that? But also where there are like a lot of digital nomads, such as me. People who just work remotely, they can choose wherever they work, and it's very crowded as well here. This is really out of my comfort zone, by the way. So but that was one of the reasons, but also like cost-wise, my costs are now like 60% lower than I had in the Netherlands. So that is like a huge difference from what I used to be. And I think the last one as well is when you're on a place where you're not really happy or satisfied or something, sometimes you just have to go from your gut feeling. So that was also one of the things I changed for myself as well. Don't really think too much about where should I go and just try and error. If you're now watching here and also wants to make like a major change in your life, even when it's like switching careers, left your girlfriend or something, moving abroad, going to new places, start your own business, I think when you put your mind to the right things, you can achieve more than you actually think. You can achieve a lot of things, but how you think about it is very important, you know? Why do you want to do it in the first place? And also what you have to do for that. Because I knew when I set this goal in my life, when I put this goal out there, I will find ways how I'm going to achieve it. Was it an easy step? No, not really. But was it the best step? 100%.
So, did I achieve my goals? Financially, not exactly the way I planned. I didn't hit 50,000 in revenue, but I was very close. I reached 40,000 from my business, excluding the 9.1 thousand in government support. But I did leave the Netherlands. I moved to Spain, and I built a life where I can work when I want, where I want, not tied to one place. So, what are the two things I learned from this experience?
What I've learned this year with taking risks is that it's very important to connect the identity of the person you want to be with the behavior you want to do. When you're a person who is a successful entrepreneur and see himself as a successful entrepreneur, there's a bigger chance you will do the things the successful entrepreneur will also do. And this is how it works, man. So I was also thinking in this moment in my life where I was still stuck that it was so hard to take risks, but I was also seeing it like maybe the things which I'm doing currently doesn't work out for the phase I'm currently in. So what should I do instead? What should do a successful Ronald? And I came to the conclusion that the most successful people were the people who are taking risks and dare to take the risk as well. So I knew there wasn't another option than taking risk for myself. I quit my company I was working for. I quit living in the Netherlands. I was focusing on the things I actually want to do. And everything which wasn't in that line, I just say no to. So for me, that was also a lot of sacrifices, saying a lot of no's to friends as well, because I knew this was the only goal I had, and I had to achieve this goal of going to Spain as well. And when I'm looking now at this view, I'm thinking like, you fucking did it, Ronald. You fucking achieved the things you actually want to achieve for yourself, even though it was fucking hard to do. But sometimes it's mandatory to do those things. And a lot of people always want to find the magic pill to do things. But one moment it can also be fucking boring and do the boring stuff and do the stuff which can be very repetitive. But in the end, if it gives you the end result of the things you want to achieve, then it's the goal accomplished, you know? Alright guys, good morning is it already. Currently at Barceloneta beach. So this is one of the beaches of Barcelona. So yeah, I just want to talk about this video I'm currently making about dreams, because I think dreams are something what a lot of people don't understand and how it works. In the world, a lot of people living dreams, but most people are living the dreams of society. And the dreams of society are not always the dreams which are the things you want to do in life. 9 months ago, I was still in this victim mentality. So I didn't really knew what to do with my life. One of the things and dreams I had was that I could make my own choices, that I can choose wherever I want to live, that I have the complete freedom to work wherever I want to work. I think dreams are nice to follow, but I think if you never take action to pursue those dreams, I think you're kind of living in an illusion, because everybody dreams. So you're not the only one who dreams about the things you want to do. There's a big difference between dreaming and actually pursuing those dreams. If you always have this dream but never taking action to actually doing things in that dream, you're living in this fantasy world, which is kind of like an illusion. I think also we romanticize a lot about that. We should find all the strategies which you have to do and all the things that you have to plan and everything. And sure, you have to plan something, but I think the only thing what is the most uncomfortable, which gives you the most purpose in your life and gives you the most direction, is taking action. If I really want to have this dream body of me, this aesthetic body, some guys will maybe say, but I never take the action for it, I will not achieve it. You learn the most by experience, you learn the most by doing things. So, one major change I made this year was that I knew that I had to achieve this goal. This goal, I booked my flight ticket. That was the only thing I had. I didn't know how to start a business. I didn't know how to do business, you know. I had to figure it out myself. But I was finding people around me who can help me with that. So I think in a specific moment in your life, there should also be moments when you have to do the hard work. You have to do uncomfortable things. Otherwise, you're still sitting in the same level you always were. And I think also one of the things I preach you guys as well, like that it's also important to be the best version of yourself. There's always a way to improve yourself, you know? And you don't have to have this dream what I have, you know, going to Spain or living fully remotely or leaving your country, but it can also be other things, man. Think really about you, not about the dream of society, but what is the thing you want to do? Because I completely changed my life. I went for 100 euros or something on my bank account to now, in 9 months, have like 50k of revenue for my business. In 9 months time. Why? Because I knew there wasn't like another way around. I had to do this stuff. Because I got so much achievements this year, is because I just took action and I started believing in myself even though when there were moments when I felt shit. So these moments you will always have. There will always be moments when there are shit times. That is something I want to tell you, like life is not always be easy, you know? Life should not always be easy. Doing this stuff, you learn the most by doing uncomfortable things sometimes, you know?
Now I live in Barcelona, less than a year after everything started. I didn't magically fix my life, but I broke the pattern that kept pulling me back into comfort. But this isn't the end of the story. But for the first time, it's fully mine.
If you're watching, maybe also going through hard times, feeling angry at yourself at where you're currently at, feeling tired, you're not the only one, man. But if you want to build greatness, you have to make sacrifices.